Good Sunday morning. I'm StormTrack 5 Meteorologist Kit Alexander. Hope y'all are having a great start to your Sunday. Well, let's talk about what we can expect for today. We're starting out with some clouds around the area and some areas of dense fog, depending on your location. Now, we do have dense fog advisories. These are in effect for Scott County, Lee County, and Wise County in Southwest Virginia. Also, we have a dense fog advisory for Hawkins County in Northeast Tennessee. These will last till about 9 and 10 o'clock. This also includes some of our eastern counties in Kentucky. They're Harlan, Letcher, and Leslie. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look here at some of the cameras. Here's a look at Johnson City. So, good morning to y'all folks there. Looks like we're waking up to mostly cloudy skies and some areas of dense fog. This is a look right now at the town view camera. It's currently right around 70 degrees. It's pretty muggy out there. So when I stepped out the door this morning, the fog just, the mugginess to the air, you kind of notice it, especially when you just walk right out the door. It's definitely present. We have the dew point right there near 69. And for that reason, since the dew point and the temperature are so close together, that's the main reason we are seeing the fog. Here's a look at Kingsport, Dobbins-Bennett. Good morning to y'all there. We're waking up to some mostly cloudy skies and areas of fog. Downtown Bristol, more of the same, mainly just looking at mostly cloudy skies. One difference with today, we're not going to be experiencing near the rain chances that we have the past several days. So I think, honestly, after all the rain that we've had at least the past week and 2 weeks, it probably really wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of a break. And so for today, actually expecting a little bit of a break, there's only a chance of an isolated shower or thunder shower. That will be mainly in the mountains. We'll go through some of the models and let you take a look. But right now, here's a current look at satellite and radar. We've had just some areas of light rain that's been moving down from parts of Kentucky and West Virginia, moving down into some of our northern counties, including Buchanan County and Russell County, waking up to just some areas of light rain, but mainly in the higher elevations of Russell County there towards the southeastern parts. And looks like a little bit of rain back towards Tazewell County and Richlands as well. Northeast Tennessee, we're just waking up to mostly cloudy skies and some of those areas of dense fog. So if you want to in the chat, let me know where you're watching from today. We'll try to get to your forecast. If you have any questions, let me know. We're going to go through some of the models and kind of show you what we can expect the next couple of days. And there is definitely a difference expected as opposed to what we've had the past couple of days with the rain and the thunderstorms around. There's going to be a bit of a break. Here's a broader perspective. Mainly just looking at some clouds, areas of fog, but notice for the most part, you kind of notice there that we're actually seeing a good deal of clear skies off to the west. So it looks like for today, we'll start out with some of those areas of clouds. Eventually, we'll see some breaks, and then it'll become mostly sunny. It's partly cloudy, we'll say. It's going to be a little bit warmer than yesterday, but it's expecting these temperatures somewhere in the middle to upper 80s for this afternoon and evening. Already about 12 o'clock, we can expect those temperatures in the upper 70s. This is for the Tri-Cities area. It will likely be maybe a smidge cooler in Southwest Virginia, but kind of the typical there. We'll see those temperatures already, though, in the lower to middle 80s as soon as the 2 and 3 o'clock hour. Hope you are having a great start to your Sunday. Let's continue here. We're not expecting any severe weather, so some good news there. And like I mentioned, if you're watching this morning, let me know in the chat where you're watching from, or if you have any questions. We'll talk a little bit more in detail about what we can expect the rest of this week. So on a positive note, we're not expecting any severe weather for today. And that's also going to continue. That's a good trend that we'll see continue through Monday and also Tuesday. The chance of rain and even thunderstorms is going to be limited, and mainly in the mountains. Tonight will be pretty mild, a little bit cooler perhaps than what we've had this morning and yesterday morning, but temperatures should eventually drop down into the middle 60s, so about a good 2 or 3 degrees cooler. And there also still could be some patchy fog tomorrow morning, but as some slightly drier air starts to move in, it may not be quite as widespread for tonight. Tomorrow, we're expecting a good deal of sunshine. Temperatures will be warming up rather quickly into the middle and upper 80s by the afternoon, and highs should be in the upper 80s and lower 90s, so a little bit hotter than what we've had. So eventually we're looking at a return to some summer-like heat. Let's talk about the models for the rest of today through the next couple of days. Notice that the best chance of any shower, thunder shower activity is going to be spotty at best and mainly in the mountains. And right now we're only going with about a 20, possibly a 30% chance, so it's going to be pretty low. I'm leaning more towards the 20% as I've been looking at some of these model runs. For tonight, mostly clear skies. Like I said, with some patchy late night fog. Then notice how StormTrack keeps us with the sunshine even for tomorrow. And then you notice a few of those mountain thunder showers that we typically expect. Excuse me. Yeah, then we'll see some of those kind of develop for the afternoon and the evening. But in the Tri-Cities area, looking mainly dry. I would say that 80 or 90% of us in the Tri-Cities area stays dry all afternoon and evening tomorrow with plenty of sunshine. Looks like partly cloudy skies are also expected for Tuesday. The IBM graph here, one of my favorite models, not really showing much as we go through the next couple of days. One thing we've got to talk about, kind of switch gears for a brief minute, we're going to talk about the tropics. And you've heard, I'm sure you've seen a lot of social media posts, what was Tropical Depression 4, yesterday that became a tropical storm. So this is Tropical Storm Debbie. Max sustained winds are now at 50 miles per hour, gusting to 65. And you see where this is located, off of the southwestern coast of Florida. There's a pretty good circulation with this. It's in the Gulf of Mexico. Water temperatures are so warm right now, as you already know. We've got water temperatures down there. Buoys are reading in the low 90s. Some spots even warmer, and several spots in the 80s. But either way, water temperatures down there very warm this time of year. And notice as we go through time, most models are wanting to bring this pretty well north. Notice by Sunday afternoon, about 2 o'clock this afternoon, you'll see max sustained winds around 70, getting close to that 74 mile per hour threshold for hurricane status. Well, by Monday morning, looks like we could be right there at Category 1 status, expecting 85 mile per hour winds. I bring this up because if you have any plans or if you know any family members down in Florida, keep this in mind, or let you know, I'm sure they're hearing all about it. It's going to be a pretty good storm. I'll just be honest with you. There's going to be a lot of rain with this, and this is a really big concern. There are several model runs that are showing a lot of rain. We're going to cover that too. Notice by Monday afternoon and Tuesday morning, it's already moving into southern Georgia, and then it just kind of slowly meanders its way into South Carolina. It's weakening down to about 50 mile per hour sustained winds by Wednesday and Thursday. The thing is, this is going to be a pretty slow mover. Here's the spaghetti plots. Something else we like to look at with these storms. Notice how they're pretty consistent. Okay, you notice a little bit of deviation longer term as we get into about the Thursday time frame, but for the most part, they're bringing it into the panhandle of Florida, into southern Georgia, and eventually into southern parts of South Carolina. Here's one of the biggest concerns with this: flooding. This is going to have some massive damage and massive amounts of flooding. Unfortunately, I read several meteorologist posts that are really, this is almost a very damaging situation. Let's kind of cover it here. So you notice by Sunday, you already see the rain starting to build up along the coast. Notice the heaviest rain initially as the storm is moving through the panhandle of Florida, or pretty close, into southern Georgia. And then notice how this swath of rain eventually covers South Carolina. There are model estimates now showing there could be 1 foot to 2 feet of rain water with this, in addition to any storm surge that this will bring along the Florida coast. So this is going to be a torrential storm in amounts of rain, something that you need to definitely plan for if you're heading down south. Most of the models are not bringing us much moisture with this. Not that we couldn't see something by later in the week, but right now, if your plans takes you towards the Gulf Coast there, parts of Florida, the Panhandle, into South Carolina or Georgia by Wednesday, in that general time frame, there's going to be a lot of rain with this, no doubt about that. All right, let's bring it back closer to home and talk about what we're seeing right here, right now for the next 7 days. What do you think? Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Looking at temperatures today in the middle and upper 80s. mostly dry conditions. An isolated shower, thunder shower can't be ruled out, but that will mainly be in the mountains. Like I said, I'm kind of riding the line between 20 and 30% because there are several model runs that are not showing much of any precipitation at all today. So certainly the valleys look mainly dry. I would say a better chance of a shower or thunder shower will be in the highest elevations along the Blue Ridge. For your Monday, still looks mainly dry, plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will be in the low 90s, kind of hot out there and still kind of muggy, but starting out a little cooler perhaps, maybe 2 or 3 degrees cooler overnight with lows in the 60s. Expecting those highs back in the low 90s again for your Tuesday. Still could be a stray shower or thunder shower. The 90s continue. We're going to be close to records each day, but I don't think we'll be breaking any records. You see that record high there for your Monday, 96. Don't think we'll reach that, but we're going to be within 3 or 4 degrees. Tuesday, kind of the same thing. We'll see those temperatures right in the low 90s. Well, the record high, incidentally, for that day, 94, so we're going to be pretty close. No doubt about that. Looks like we'll be in the low 90s Wednesday and Thursday, and getting a little bit warmer in terms of lows, back close to 70 by Wednesday night to Thursday. And it looks like a weak frontal boundary tries to cool off our temperatures a little bit later in the week. And there is some long-term model data that's suggesting we could see some lows back into the lower to middle 60s by about a week from now. So some kind of a little bit of cooler air moving back in. Well, if y'all have any questions about today's forecast, let me know there in the chat, and I will try to get to all your questions today. In the meantime, I hope you have a great Sunday, and we'll